Developing compassion in a divided world. Introduction. The modern world is experiencing an era of profound changes and challenges. Despite unprecedented levels of technological progress and communication, humanity faces a growing number of conflicts and divisions. Differences in culture, religion, politics, and economics increasingly lead to tension, misunderstanding, and even violence. In this context, the issue of developing compassion becomes particularly significant. Compassion is the ability to see the suffering of others, empathize with them, and strive to alleviate their pain. It is not just an emotion, but an active internal state and behavior aimed at unity, support, and humanism. In a divided world, compassion can become the connecting link that helps people transcend their prejudices and fears. In this work, we will examine the causes underlying modern division, explore the role of compassion as a force capable of healing rifts, and propose concrete ways to develop it on individual and societal levels. Causes of division in the modern world. Social inequality and economic disparities. One of the key causes of global division is growing social and economic inequality. Uneven distribution of material goods and opportunities breeds conflict and discontent. Those deprived of basic living conditions feel alienated from society, leading to social isolation and aggression. Economic gaps between rich and poor countries, as well as within countries themselves, create deep chasms that are difficult to overcome without efforts to foster mutual understanding and compassion. In such conditions, compassion manifests not only as a moral imperative, but also as a social necessity to prevent conflicts. Ideological and religious conflicts. Ideological and religious differences remain sources of many contemporary conflicts. A belief in one's own righteousness and unwillingness to accept other viewpoints lead to societal and group divisions. This is often exacerbated by historical traumas and collective memories passed down through generations. Developing compassion helps transcend these confrontations and see the other not as an enemy, but as a human being with their own fears, hopes, and pain. Information bubbles and polarization. The digital era has, on the one hand, provided access to information and knowledge, but on the other, created an environment where people often find themselves trapped in information bubbles. Social networks and algorithms tailor news and opinions to user preferences, reinforcing one-sided perceptions and reducing the ability for dialogue. This leads to increased polarization and a misunderstanding between groups with differing views. Compassion in such conditions requires a conscious step out of one's comfort zone and a willingness to listen to and accept another point of view. The role of compassion in uniting a divided world in a world torn by conflicts and misunderstanding. Compassion becomes a key quality capable of improving the situation. Its role can be viewed on several levels: personal, social, and global. Personal level compassion helps overcome internal barriers, fear, prejudice, egoism, fosters the development of emotional intelligence, the ability to listen to and understand another, even if their position differs from yours. Compassion broadens perception horizons, making a person more open and tolerant. Psychological research shows that people who practice compassion better cope with stress, demonstrate greater resilience, and have an increased capacity for cooperation. These are important qualities for creating a peaceful and harmonious society. Social level, at the level of communities and societies. Compassion is the foundation for building trust and cooperation between diverse groups. In conditions of diversity and multi-layered conflicts, the ability for compassionate dialogue helps reduce tension, find compromises, maintain social stability. Compassion can drive social initiatives aimed at helping vulnerable populations, developing education and healthcare, and creating inclusive public spaces. Global level and a planetary scale. Compassion is necessary to address global problems such as poverty, migration, climate change, and wars. Mutual care and recognition of the interdependence of all peoples form the basis for international cooperation and peaceful coexistence. Compassion at the global level is not just empathy, but a conscious acknowledgement of common human dignity and responsibility for the fate of the planet. Ways to develop compassion. Compassion is a process that requires effort and practice. Below are key methods that help cultivate this quality: self-awareness and reflection. The first step in developing compassion is understanding one's own emotions and motives. Reflection helps recognize internal barriers that prevent seeing others suffering and being responsive. Mindfulness practices, journaling, conversations with trusted people contribute to self-awareness. Empathy and active listening. Developing empathy, the ability to understand another's feelings, is the foundation of compassion. Listening without judgment or interruption allows one to see the world through another's eyes. This strengthens the sense of connection and encourages care. Education and enlightenment education plays a crucial role in forming compassion. Studying history, cultures, religions, and social issues broadens horizons and reduces bias. Programs aimed at developing emotional intelligence and interpersonal communication skills contribute to forming a compassionate society. Acts of kindness and altruism, active expressions of kindness through helping others, volunteering, and participating in social projects develop compassion in practice. Such actions strengthen social bonds and demonstrate that even small deeds can make a big difference. Meditation and spiritual practices. Many spiritual traditions highlight meditation and prayer as tools for developing compassion. Practices like metta-loving kindness, contemplation of others' suffering, meditation on interdependence deepen the sense of compassion. Conclusion: in a modern world marked by disagreements and divisions, developing compassion becomes a vital factor for preserving humanity and building a peaceful society. Compassion helps overcome barriers of misunderstanding, fear, and alienation, turning differences into sources of mutual enrichment and cooperation. On a personal level, it helps each of us become more sensitive and open. Socially, it forms the foundation of trust and support within communities. And globally, it serves as a key to solving the large-scale problems facing humanity. By developing compassion through self-awareness, empathy, education, and practical actions, we create a space for dialogue and understanding necessary to overcome current challenges. Ultimately, compassion is not merely a moral ideal but a real power capable of uniting a divided world and guiding it toward a brighter and more just future. Only through conscious and consistent cultivation of this quality can we build a society where every person feels heard, accepted, and valued.